If you're over 50, the wrong polo can make you look dated or like you're trying way too hard. But the right polo color and pattern can make you look powerful, modern, and sharp without shouting for attention. Most men your age rely on the same tired navy golf polo and wonder why they blend into the background. Today, we're going to fix that. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which polo colors make you look stronger, slimmer, and more modern. You'll understand which patterns work at 50 plus, and which ones instantly age you. You'll also learn how to combine polos with jeans, chinos, and jackets so you look refined, not flashy. And most important, you'll have a simple strategy you can repeat every time you buy a new polo. Elevated Neutrals, your new polo foundation. Let's start with the backbone of a modern polo wardrobe for men over 50, neutral colors. Not boring neutrals. Elevated neutrals. These are the shades that quietly say this man has his life together without a single logo screaming across your chest. If your drawer is full of bright golf polos, this is where your upgrade begins. The three most powerful neutral polo colors for men over 50 are deep navy, charcoal gray, and a soft, slightly warm off-white. Navy is timeless, but choose a richer, slightly darker navy instead of a bright royal blue. Charcoal gray instantly looks more modern than flat black and is more forgiving on mature skin. Off-white, stone, or light beige can brighten your face without looking harsh. Here's why these neutral polos work so well. They frame your face without stealing attention from it. They slim the torso, especially in darker shades, and they work with almost every pair of jeans or chinos you already own. You can wear a navy polo with dark denim and brown loafers, or a charcoal polo with light gray chinos and white sneakers, and you're done. If you feel invisible in a basic t-shirt, a well-fitted neutral polo is your first step back into being noticed for the right reasons. These colors look serious, masculine, and calm. They're modern without being trendy. Once you lock in 2 or 3 neutral polos, every other color and pattern decision becomes easier. Color that respects your age. Once your neutral polos are handled, it's time to add color. Not teenage color. Mature color. Color that makes you look alive, rested, and confident without looking like you're headed to a bachelor party in Miami. The key is depth, not brightness. For most men over 50, deeper, richer tones are your best friend. Think deep forest green instead of neon green. Think burgundy or merlot instead of bright red. Think midnight blue, petrol blue, or teal instead of electric cobalt. These colors do 2 important things for you. First, they add interest and personality to your polo rotation so you don't feel stuck in navy forever. Second, they respect the changes in your skin tone and hair. If your hair is graying, a deep green or burgundy polo can make that gray look intentional and distinguished. When you wear these richer polos, keep everything else simple. Pair a deep green polo with medium wash jeans and brown suede loafers. Wear a burgundy polo with stone chinos and clean white sneakers. The color lives in the polo, everything around it should be quiet. This is how you look modern, not loud. Avoiding the golf dad color trap. There's a reason so many men over 50 feel stuck in a style rut with polos. They've been shopping in the same golf section for 20 years. And those racks are full of bright, shiny, high-contrast polos that look great on a Saturday tournament and terrible at dinner with your wife. If you want to look modern, you have to escape the golf color trap. Fluorescent oranges, electric blues, and screaming yellows might work on a course for visibility. But in real life, they highlight every line on your face and every curve around your midsection. They also send a message you might not want: I haven't updated my style since my early 40s. That's not the message of a mature, confident man. Instead of those harsh brights, look for softened versions of the same family. If you like blue, choose a dusty blue polo instead of neon. If you like red, choose a muted brick or rust tone. If you really love yellow, Go for a warm wheat or camel polo rather than a traffic cone yellow. When you step away from the typical golf colors, your polos instantly become more versatile. You can wear them to a casual office, a date night, or a weekend lunch without looking like you're on your way to the back nine. Same garment, different message. That's the power of choosing the right color. Patterns that sharpen, not distract. Now let's talk patterns on polos. This is where a lot of men over 50 accidentally look either too old or like they're trying to look 25. The secret is to think of pattern as seasoning, not the main dish. A little can sharpen your look. Too much will overwhelm it. The safest and sharpest patterns for men 50 plus are subtle. Micro stripes in similar tones. Very small geometric textures woven into the fabric. A tiny contrast tipping on the collar or sleeves. These details give your polo depth and interest without becoming the center of attention. What you want to avoid are loud, high-contrast patterns. Thick horizontal stripes in bright colors make your torso look wider and your style look older. Big logos, bold color blocks, and busy all-over prints can make you look like you're chasing trends. At 50 plus, you don't chase trends. You set the tone. If you want to try a striped polo, keep the contrast low. For example, a navy polo with a thin, softer blue stripe. Or a charcoal polo with a subtle mid-gray stripe. When you pair these with simple jeans or chinos, you look intentionally modern, not like you pulled something random from the clearance rack. How to use stripes to your advantage. Stripes on polos can either work for you or against you. Used properly, they can make you look taller, leaner, and more athletic. Used badly, they can make your midsection the star of the show. So let's be strategic. Horizontal stripes are the classic polo pattern. But wide, high-contrast horizontal stripes across the chest and stomach are brutal on most men over 50. They visually add width right where you don't want it. If you carry any weight around your midsection, this is the fastest way to highlight it. A better choice is thin, low-contrast stripes. Think of a navy polo with a fine mid-blue stripe that almost blends in. Or an off-white polo with a soft beige stripe. From a distance, these look more like texture than pattern, which keeps your look clean and refined. If you're broader in the chest or shoulders, these subtle stripes can actually balance your frame. They keep the eye moving instead of locking onto one area. Pair a subtly striped polo with dark jeans or darker chinos to keep the lower half streamlined. This is how you use pattern to support your body, not fight it. Smart color combinations with polos. Once you understand which polo colors and patterns work, the next step is combining them with the rest of your outfit. This is where many men over 50 either get too loud or too plain. The goal is simple: let the polo lead and keep everything else supporting it. If your polo is neutral, you have more freedom below the waist. A navy polo works with gray chinos, stone chinos, dark denim, or even olive trousers. A charcoal polo looks great with light gray, khaki, or mid-wash jeans. An off-white polo can sit on top of almost any darker bottom and instantly look sharp. When your polo has color, simplify the rest. If you're wearing a deep green polo, keep your pants quiet, navy, gray, or stone. If your polo is burgundy, avoid bright blue pants, choose dark denim or beige chinos. Your goal is always one main color story, not three different ones fighting each other. Patterns should be treated the same way. If your polo has stripes or subtle texture, keep your jeans or chinos solid. If you're layering a jacket over a patterned polo, choose a solid jacket in a neutral color. This keeps your look clean, mature, and intentional. Building a modern polo rotation. Now let's turn all of this into a simple, repeatable strategy. Because the goal isn't to own 25 polos. The goal is to own a small rotation that makes you look sharp and modern in almost any casual situation. Quality over quantity. Start with your core neutrals. For most men, that means one navy polo, one charcoal or deep gray polo, and one off-white or stone polo. Make sure the fit is clean, not tight, and the fabric feels solid, not flimsy. These three alone can cover a huge part of your week. Next, add two rich colors that work with your skin tone and hair. Maybe that's a deep forest green and a burgundy. Maybe it's a petrol blue and a muted rust. These are your I want to be noticed a little more today polos, without looking loud. Finally, add one or two subtle patterned polos. A low contrast stripe or a textured knit that looks refined up close. Rotate these with simple jeans or chinos and clean shoes. With this small, focused polo lineup, you'll look modern, confident, and completely age-appropriate, without ever feeling boring. You don't need a closet full of polos to look modern after 50. You just need the right colors, the right patterns, and the discipline to